Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. President Trump welcomed Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, to the White House on Tuesday, reaffirming his endorsement of an ambitious young monarch bent on reforming his country and realigning the broader Middle East. The last time Mr. Trump played host to Prince Mohammed at the White House, a year ago, he was jockeying for position in the court of his father, King Salman. This time, with Mr. Trump's enthusiastic support, Prince Mohammed arrives after having rapidly consolidated his position as Saudi Arabia's heir apparent and a disruptive figure in the region. The two leaders are expected to take up an array of thorny issues: Mr. Trump's forthcoming decision on whether to rip up the Iran nuclear deal, his nearly completed Middle East peace plan, Saudi Arabia's bitter dispute with its neighbor, Qatar, and the brutal civil war in Yemen, which has led lawmakers to propose a cutoff in American support for a Saudi-led bombing campaign that has killed thousands. Prince Mohammed has cut a wide swath in the last year, pushing through radical reforms in Saudi society but also imprisoning more than 380 princes, businessmen and former government ministers in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Riyadh, as part of an anti-corruption campaign. Mr. Trump has lavished praise on Prince Mohammed for his calls for tolerance and moderation, while largely ignoring his purge of the Saudi establishment. Analysts and administration officials said they expected Mr. Trump to focus on regional issues, like Iran's aggression and tensions in the Persian Gulf, than on the internal crackdown, which has led to charges denied by the Saudi government that it used physical abuse to get people to surrender their assets. The president, a senior administration official said Monday, is likely to urge Prince Mohammed to settle a festering dispute that pits Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates against Qatar. Mr. Trump had initially sided with the Saudis and Emiratis, echoing their claims that the Qataris finance extremism and terrorism around the region. But as the feud has dragged on, the administration has become worried about the long-term effect on unity in the Persian Gulf, especially in the face of an emboldened Iran. Anthony C. Zinni, a retired Marine Corps general and former commander of Central Command, recently toured the Gulf to try to find ways to resolve the grievances. Mr. Trump is also expected to raise humanitarian concerns in Yemen, though the White House has tried to head off a drive in Congress to reduce military aid for the bombing campaign. Since 2015, the United States has provided the Saudis in Yemen with air-to-air refueling, intelligence assessments, and other military advice. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis has warned that cutting back that aid would harm the broader relationship. The United States, a senior official said, has urged the Saudis, through diplomatic channels, to allow access to ports in Yemen for shipments of food and fuel. Refugee groups are calling on the president to take stronger action to ease the suffering of some 3 million people displaced by the fighting between the Yemeni government and Houthi rebels, who are backed by Iran. In addition to lunch at the White House, Prince Mohammed is expected to have dinner with Mr. Mattis and meetings with the CIA Director, Mike Pompeo, recently nominated by Mr. Trump to succeed Rex W. Tillerson as Secretary of State, Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross. Officials said they expected Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, to take part in some of the meetings. Mr. Kushner, 37, has cultivated a personal relationship with Prince Mohammed, who is 32, meeting him over dinner in Riyadh. But Mr. Kushner's recent loss of his top-secret security clearance has raised questions about how deeply involved he will be in sensitive national security issues. For his part, Prince Mohammed will be soliciting $35 billion in American investment to accelerate his plan to overhaul Saudi Arabia's infrastructure, part of his ambitious Vision 2030 plan, which seeks to modernize the kingdom and wean its reliance on oil. Much of the itinerary on his 2-week trip is outside Washington. He plans to travel to New York, Boston, Silicon Valley, Los Angeles, and Houston.